Empathy, empathy, and more empathy. What's up, 23% Nation? This is your man, Coach D. And guys, as in part 6, now we're officially in part 7, I still have forgiveness fever. That's right, guys. Forgiveness fever is taking over. Why? Because a few days ago, Coach D was bitten by the forgiveness bug. And remember, guys, forgiveness fever manifests itself in only one way. That's right, I forgive everybody for everything. So without any further delay, let's go ahead and dive into today's video. I got into a fight on Forgiveness Day, part 7. Now, ladies and gentlemen, a lot of you may be wondering, wow, part 7? So you mean to tell me I missed parts 1 through 6? Well, you got that right. So do yourself a favor, go back and start from part 1 and then proceed to part 7. Okay? But before we hop into all the details of part 7, ladies and gentlemen, there's one thing that I want you to remember. And that one thing is, during the 23% challenge, guys, Forgiveness Day is day number 5. And so on the 5th day of the 23% challenge, you have 3 options. Either you can ask for forgiveness, you can forgive someone, or you can practice self-forgiveness. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, self-forgiveness is definitely where it's at. So once again, Forgiveness Day is day 5 during the 23% challenge, and on that day you have 3 options. Now, you can choose 1, you can choose 2, or perhaps you can choose to do all 3. So, just a very quick recap. Guys, on Forgiveness Day, you can practice self-forgiveness, you can ask for forgiveness, or you can choose to forgive someone else. That's right. So, what are you going to do? All right. Now, guys, let's hop into today's tip. That's right, guys. Remember, you can always choose to dwell on the problem or dwell on the solution. Now, you know me, Coach D. I'm always about the solution. So, without any further delay, guys, let's talk about the word empathy or the verb to empathize. Now, I do understand that a lot of people may not know what that word means, but let's hop into the definition. According to Google. All right. Guys, to empathize simply means to understand and share the feelings of another. Or we can use the word someone else. Okay. Now, if you don't quite understand the definition, and the word empathize is a little foreign, maybe it's way out in left field, maybe it's an alien to your present vocabulary, that's okay. So in order to empathize, here are a few things that you may want to take into consideration just so that you have a pleasant, smooth sailing Forgiveness Day. Because if I may reflect on what sparked this whole video series, remember, ladies and gentlemen, there was a gentleman who was actually doing the 23% challenge and everything was going a-okay until day 5 came about and he ended up getting into a big battle with his girlfriend of all people. So that kind of ruined his 23% challenge. And of course, he came to me and told me. And so, guys, for anyone that is currently out there that is considering doing a 23% challenge, guys, I want to offer you these tips just so that you don't fall into the same trap that perhaps our young gentleman did. So, getting back to the topic of empathy, okay, I digress. One thing that you got to remember on Forgiveness Day is that no one is perfect. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, we need to throw out this myth of perfection. It really doesn't exist. Well, that's not entirely true. It may exist in your head, but guys, you got to understand something, that no one, whether it's a man or a woman, heterosexual, homosexual, regardless of what country you're from, regardless of what religion you may follow, nobody is perfect. That's right. So here's something else that you may want to consider when you are empathizing, right? Because after all, we are trying to understand and share the feelings of someone else. So here's something that you may want to consider is that nobody can live up to all of your expectations. No one can live up to all of your standards, and definitely no one can live up to all of your assumptions. So rather than place so many expectations and assumptions and standards on other people, guys, why don't we begin to create our own standards? That's right. If you want to improve your life in whatever capacity you're thinking about, whether it's your relationships, your job, or wealth overall, then it's perfectly okay for you to begin to set your own standards. So for instance, if you're in a relationship right now and you're feeling a little stressed out because there's a whole bunch of drama, a whole bunch of negativity, well, one standard is that you can now say that I will no longer deal with negativity. You can begin to say to yourself today that I will create a new standard. I will learn how to forgive and I will ask for forgiveness. That's right. And I will begin to practice self-forgiveness. So you see, ladies and gentlemen, creating standards for your own self as opposed to other people will definitely save you a whole lot of stress, a whole lot of problems, and definitely a whole lot of drama. So learn to empathize, ladies and gentlemen. That's right. So let's go ahead and throw out that myth that perfection is something to seek. Guys, it's not. Always understand this, and this is something that one of my personal spiritual counselors has taught me. His name is Infinite Waters, is that we were placed on this earth to be authentic. That's right, guys, not copied, not fake. So throughout perfection, and always remember that no one in the world can live up to your expectations, to your standards, and to your assumptions. So flip the script, create your own standards, and reduce the drama and stress and negativity in your life. Thank you for watching, and definitely thank you for listening. And as always, guys, let's eat well. That way we feel well. When we feel well, we can think well. When we can think well, we do well. And when we put all that together, it's all about being well. Question of the day, question of the day, and question of the day once again. Guys, you know me, Coach D, and the rest of the 23% Nation, we have inquiry minds. So yes, we want to know. Check it out. Do you feel it's important to show empathy within the context of forgiveness? Now, whether you say yes or no, please state why. We want to know. All right, so once again, our question of the day is, do you feel it's important to show empathy within the context of forgiveness? Guys, this is your man, Coach D. I'm out. Definitely stay tuned for part 8 because yes, it is definitely coming. That's it. Always remember, Coach D loves you, and God bless.